What's up, weirdos? I'm Felicia and I like scary movies, and today we are doing another Patreon requested review. If you're curious about my Patreon, it's down in the description of this video. I do weekly vlogs on there. We have a Discord where we talk about horror movies all day long, and at certain levels you can request a review like this one, or even have monthly movie night watch parties with moi. Today we are doing Ghost Ship. This was recommended by SM, one of my patrons, and I just want to say thank you because I have a quick small story. So small. The first time I saw Ghost Ship, which came out in 2002, but I saw it at my boyfriend's house when my first boyfriend. I was in 7th grade, he was in 8th grade. Drama. And I remember like sitting on his couch and we were just like watching this like very, very scary movie, and I just remember the opening scene, which has always stuck with me because I think it's one of the greatest opening scenes of any horror movie I've ever seen. Once again, Ghost Ship came out in 2002 and it was directed by Steve Beck, and it looks like his only other directing credit was the 2001 version of 13 Ghosts, and then he made Ghost Ship the next year and then nothing ever again. So that's kind of a bummer. And I will say I'm pretty sure, well, at least Ghost Ship on Rotten Tomatoes has a 16%, which feels a little aggressive to me. I think I said something similar with Gothica, but truly I don't think this movie deserves a 16%. But I think 13 Ghosts has a similar rating as well. Oh, also exactly 16%. Now 13 Ghosts, I've noticed a lot of people giving that movie some love recently, and it's one that I've actually never seen, and it's been on my list for a while, and every time I see someone tweet about it, I'm just like, why haven't you watched this yet? And you know what? I don't know. But I promise the universe that I'm going to watch it this October, and I know I'm going to have a blast. And now for a little bit of plot. We have a salvage crew that discovers a long-lost 1962 passenger ship floating lifeless in a remote region of the Bering Sea. Clearly, I'm reading that right off IMDb. As they start to go through the ship looking for treasure, they notice that its long-dead inhabitants may still be on board. I'm not going to go through the entire cast of this movie, but I will say a few names. So first of all, we have Gabriel Byrne, who plays Murphy, and he's sort of the crew leader, the capitan, the main guy, the lead guy, main guy in charge. This is not going well. And I actually recognized him immediately, strangely enough, from Little Women. And not the new one, the old one. He plays like the professor that Joe falls in love with. It's very exciting. And then we also have Juliana Margulies, who was on ER for a long time. That I don't watch that show, but apparently she disowned this movie. That's what it says in the IMDb trivia section. And I'm just like, you disowned this movie? That also feels aggressive. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into what I liked about this movie. So first of all, obviously, I already mentioned the opening scene is iconic. It's one of the greatest horror movie opening scenes of all time. So if you haven't seen Ghost Ship, you need to watch at least the first 10 minutes because it will blow your mind. Blow your mind. I mean, it's freaking good. And every time I've seen it, it blows my mind again. So there's that. Second of all, I really like ghost movies. I think they're fun, and I think this one has some fun ghostly moments in it. I love little kid ghosts. So we have this little girl ghost that comes up a lot in this movie, and I really like her. I think she's fun. I think she's spooky, and some of the other ghosts are spooky as well, and we kind of have these moments, kind of Shining-esque moments where people will be walking through this empty dead ship, and then all of a sudden they will have, I'm gonna just use the word, a shining. This is not The Shining. Where they can see the full night that the ship had its tragic accident, and they can see all the people dancing and having cocktails and having a party, and they're fully there in 1962, and then they're snapped back to the present day where everything is just falling apart and destroyed. So I think there are a lot of fun moments like that, and there are some, generally fine scare sequences. And I guess my negatives about the film, there's kind of two that stand out to me. One is that there's not a ton of character development with our crew members, and there's a lot of them, so it's kind of a lot of people to keep track of and to attempt to care about, and I just didn't really get enough from each person to really feel like I knew them. So when something bad happened to them, ideally I would care. In this, I didn't really. Oh my god. I just had like a flash of vision that, so Juliana Margulies in this movie looks very similar to the pirate in the Disney Channel original movie Jumping Ship. the like modern day Australian pirate, and they're both like kind of pirates. That's kind of funny. Anyways, I just didn't really get enough character development. That's one big negative about this movie for me. The other is that, particularly there's a big twist in this that I think is almost unnecessary. It's kind of bringing me back to the Gothica thing, like these early 2000s movie that were like, here's a movie and now let's do a giant twist, and it's like, you didn't really need it. You didn't really need it. It's already a ghost movie. I think it was kind of fine, and yeah, that's how I feel about that. But yeah, overall, I did kind of like watching this movie, especially because I haven't seen it since the 7th grade all the way through, and that was fun for me. It definitely is a little cheesy at times, and the ending feels a little cheesy, and you get it. But I definitely don't think it deserves a 16%. I would give it maybe like a 50%. Like, it's like 50% is fun, 50% is kind of like meh. Does that make sense? But yes, okay, and so my homework is now I have to go watch 13 Ghosts this month, so I actually know what everyone's talking about on Twitter. And yeah, let me know what you're watching. Have you been watching anything from the early 2000s recently? Let a girl know. And yeah, I think that's it. This is also, by the way, my last September video. So, starting on October 1st, we are beginning our 31 days of Halloween, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss a single video. And I think that's it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Have a nice scream. Bye.